Hello everybody, welcome back. We are on another stream. This time it's the alphas and I want to run some of the new content, see what we can get out of it. But first, before we get started, last week we did our first few dormant realms and we were given a reward thanks to Susie, I believe it was, that was helping me last week. We were number 189 on the dormant realm list for title lock for clear time. That's pretty darn good. So, there we are. That way we can see all three characters got it. This will give us some Genesis neural compilers, and those are worth about 22 million per, and 5 of them would give us about 100 million toward our goal. That is so good. I'm so happy. That's going to help us a lot toward our 500 million goal. Currently we are at 158 million last I remembered. We're probably further than that now. But, that being said, we're getting there. So I just want to go ahead and open these up. And then we need to start heading toward Gina. After we get to Gina, we're going to refit our ship for some more tank. And then we can start looking for the new content. I think we'll only be able to run like the small Waste Seekers. I really don't know if the alphas have the DPS for, or the tank, to actually run like the mediums. I'd really like it if we could do the mediums, but, you know, it's not there. Alright, let's go ahead and start heading to Gina.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking. Warp drive active.
So the new content, as we're flying through space here, we might see a couple of them. Hey, Lobo, good to see you.
Warp drive active.
What kind of drones are needed for Science C for a lab? At a minimum, I would have furbolgs. Let me pull those up. Let's see, mid-slots, fighters, offense fighters. At a minimum, you would want these on your Science C. Yep, so there is a Waste Seeker Small, but it's in low sec, so I really don't want to go do that. That's what we're looking for today,
Warp drive
these
active.
small Waste Seeker relics. That is our goal. if we can manage to survive a medium somehow, I don't really know how, but I would like to do that as well. So I really don't think the alphas can do a medium waste seeker. Just considering the tank that I have on... Yeah, I'm looking for smalls.
Warp drive active.
Lovo, I appreciate you wanting me to learn Russian. Um, but right now, Google Translate does really quite well. I think they've really done good in trying to make it work. Hi, Jenner. Hi, Ethan. Welcome back. We're on our, like, 4th stream of the week or
Warp
something like
drive
that.
active.
If anyone would like to join me in looking for these small waste seekers and stuff, or want to run these waste seekers, I will create a fleet for that.
Warp drive active.
In order to farm the Cyan Sea, you would have to just run 5.5 million labs, but even that's unreliable. So there's a medium waste seeker
Warp drive
in
active.
Cassian. I really don't think they can run a medium. There's another medium here
Warp drive active.
in Hatakani. By the way, I have commands now available. So if you want to try a couple of things, you can.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it still hurts. You need a lot of tanks to handle a Cyan spawn.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, seaweeds will save you, definitely.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so that's going to be our first test of the Waste Seekers when we get our fit reset. There's a small Waste Seeker in here. Hopefully it hasn't been run. There's a large Waste Seeker here in Surokin.
Warp drive active.
I've just got Google Translate pulled up, so it don't matter. I'll be able to read what he says.
Warp drive active.
I was gonna have the day one character out here trying to run the mediums and have all of my ships follow it through the Waste Seekers. It's just gonna take way too long to move that ship around.
Warp drive active.
There's a medium relic here.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, marshals are expensive. Yeah, they won't stay like that for very long, I don't think.
Warp drive active.
I think right now there's just a lot of people buying a lot of things. And so people are jacking up the prices to make up for that. Because they were down to like 53 billion for a while. Before this event dropped.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, let's go ahead and fit our ship with more tank. And some afterburners, I believe. Wow. Yeah, that's worth selling it at that kind of price. If you can get somebody to buy it. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we have before we start getting some of the content from EVE Online that we don't have. Especially since recently there's been reports about CCP wanting to sell out. And NetEase having run EVE Echoes means they could possibly be an investor or purchase outright of EVE Echoes and all of their projects. Alright, so we're fit up. Go ahead and see if we can... CCP in its entirety wants to sell out. That means Frontiers, that means pretty much all of the... We're fine on capacitor. Even the studio. Hello, QV. How you doing today? Does anybody want to join in, or does anybody want to just find me some content? Run around HiSec and see if you can find a bunch of smalls. We're running small waste seekers with the alphas. Yeah, a lot of CCP's projects are hurting them.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
The new waste seeker anomalies that we were doing in the Shanghai. Well, I will show you what they look like.
Warp drive active.
We're going toward one right now. I don't know if it has been run or not, but we're gonna try and see. Worst case scenario, we start heading towards like Amar Empire area, where it's less populated, and we try to find stuff there. So that's a medium. So this is a medium waste seeker. That's the new event going on.
Warp drive active.
We're looking for the small version of that. Yeah, if there's no rats, then it's probably been run through already. So if anybody wants to join in and either
Warp drive
find
active.
small anomalies for me and throw them in fleet chat so I can go there, or join in and just do our best to make it through these, that would be great. Hopefully you guys can
Warp
actually hear
drive
the game
active.
this time around. I noticed on my last few videos it's been really quiet. There's a large waste seeker here. That one right there.
Warp drive active.
Eat the Snickers. That's funny.
Destination reached.
They can't do anything to shut down Eva because I don't think. I think Nettie's currently owns all of the IP on that, other than, well, all of the game as their
Warp
creation. They
drive
just don't
active.
have the IP that they're renting. The only thing you have is coffee. Oh no. You're on the exact opposite side of the world from me, Aizen. It's 5 in the afternoon for me. Yep, so nobody has run this. Okay. No, I'm, East Coast. You can always reprocess those Marshall cores. He's a little hard to hit.
We're under attack.
I really should have, like, weapon fire on here, I
We're
guess.
being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
Ah, he can actually out-heal us. Interesting. Okay, so I don't think we can actually run this. Not in our current form. Yeah, he just keeps healing. Alright, so what do I do about that? if it wasn't so hard to hit this guy, because he's moving so fast, we could probably deal with it. But because he's moving so fast, it's just really hard to do anything. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a web or something, but I've gotta get my guys free. Because he is scrambling. Okay.
We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
Okay, let's get our...
We're being warp scrambled.
Let's get our
We're being
day
warp
one
scrambled.
character going here. And let's see if I can add him to the... I can't tell if that looks even remotely good. Oh god, there is so much weirdness going on with this layout. Okay. There we go. Yep, we're gonna try 4. To give you an idea, we're using like 96% of my memory right now. So we could experience quite a few crashes. Wow, that is definitely something. I have 32 gigs of RAM, and these 4 windows are using all of it. Plus, a little bit for OBS. I can still see you guys, right? You can see yourselves over that one. I'm not blocking anything. Uh... Okay. That's funny that literally could not kill this thing. That means we just need to send in... Oh, hell. I've gotta go back to Gina. Give me a minute. Yeah, BlueStacks uses a lot. I mean, I don't know, it should be fine, right? We'll just not use the railguns. It's like we get moments of actually catching up, and then it heals. That is quite sad. Note to self, if you're in an alpha environment, this is going to be really hard unless you have the right fit. Alright.
We're under attack.
Here we are. Hello.
We're being warp scrambled. Enemy ships detected.
having that web makes a difference. Also, having a battleship makes a difference.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, medium is definitely a no. Okay. We're gonna go through... I really should just go back and get more tanked. But whatever.
Warp drive active.
And 4 free slots on the first and 2. Magnetic field optimization, magnetic field boost. And he has thermal implant.
We're under attack.
I'm not very familiar with the GUs for any weapons outside of fighters, drones, and missiles, but maybe someone else has some information for you.
Enemy ships detected.
should be better now.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I mean, they're trying to do some damage. Okay. Let us... see if we can collect everything here. Interesting. And we are just waiting on one more thing, I think. No? Okay.
Fleet approach.
Hello, Snoopy. How you doing today?
Warp drive active.
Nice.
Enemy ships detected.
Nice. That seems like a pretty good day.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
All you gotta do, Poopy, is be able to run those wave rafts. Okay.
We're under attack.
Yeah, if there's a gate, you will need to fight. But I think most battleships can handle that. Nice, we got an Assault Warrior blueprint. I think with a full tank, the Praxis could probably run a medium. Interesting. Just gotta wait for these guys to get to their loot. Nice, an assault hobgoblin blueprint. No items. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I think the only way I would run the smalls is with a pacifier. I don't know what the lucky prize for tomorrow is. Oh, it's on the store, isn't it?
Enemy ships
Give me a minute.
detected.
Lucky prize for tomorrow is the Anaconda. No, that's today's, isn't it? Today is the Anaconda, the Rope Bomber, and the Blueprints. I don't know what tomorrow's is. Tomorrow's grand prize is a officer module. Really rare. Oh god. Yeah, 41% resistance on an officer module. once they split DPS, it's not too bad.
Shield damaged. Shield damaged. We're under attack.
There's a lot going on here when you're losing health quickly here.
Enemy ships detected.
No, no good loot so far. But I don't think I'll do another one of these with the alphas. That's not gonna work out if it's just the alphas. Got a couple of million there. Alright, that was the last wave there. Go ahead and loot this. Actually, I should probably get one going to the far one going to this one, and one going to this one. It's both. There's too much damage incoming, and, my fit doesn't allow for a weapon fire, so I don't have enough DPS. So, unfortunately, while we could run it with 4 people, like I have here, it's just not feasible to try to run these with only the 3 alphas. I even had to use a damage control at one point which I really hate doing to try to save one of my ships. So it's definitely not something that the alphas could do until they're Tech 8, which they're really not far from. I mean, we're talking not that far. That's some good stuff. Yeah, no, I can't really do that. It's already questionable enough that I'm bringing the Praxis trainer in here. But I thought it would be fine since it's a day 1 character. Okay, 79%, 79%, and 84%. So I guess that one's bugged. That one reselected, that one reselected. And that one's bugged. Alright, this should be the last room.
Warp drive active.
Yep, this is the last room. Nice, Harbinger Lodging is pretty good. Why'd you choose that one over the others?
Enemy ships detected.
Just gotta keep an eye on my health here. Ah, okay.
Under attack.
Well, that's a good choice then.
Fleet order
Heretics Guardian is my preferred option
Enemy
for armor.
ships detected. Fleet orbit.
There's actually a battle cruiser in this room. No, the boxes are not patched. I've had multiple boxes that don't open.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
Nightbot. Yep, that's the new bot. I'll have to tweak it a little bit, but you can collect points from the past passively if you set your game to be time-based, and you can just leave your game on over a period of time. Yeah. Yeah, it'll take a long time, but just let it sit open. Yeah, 1,500 points is definitely the max. It means you only need 2 weeks to actually do it, though. Okay, last wave.
Detected.
we need to kill the battle cruiser first. These things are just gonna do what they're gonna do. Honestly, it's kind of funny that the K1 can also do the Waste Seekers too. With a little bit of help from DPS, but it wouldn't be that bad alone. There are 6 boxes in here.
We're under attack.
I'm gonna turn off the shield booster, I don't really need it. Alright. We have completed that. Okay, 300,000 on that. Okay, so he's doing that. We're gonna have this one go here, this one go here, and this one go here. Okay, nothing in that. That's fine. I'm gonna send him back to Gina. What do you need, Snoopy? How can we help you? Of course he got the Enforcer Marshal for. Okay, nothing in that one.
Autopilot engaged.
And this one is slowly making its way.
Warp drive active.
I don't know. What does your thing look like? What does your region development look like? Because if you have
Warp drive active.
others of this stuff still in here, you could get that instead of the core. I gotta see this.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so you could end up getting any of those other things that you see on your screen and not your Marshall Core. So you literally have to spend like a lot of money just to make that guaranteed. Yeah.
Warp
No,
drive
you'd have to
active.
pull way more than 40 times to guarantee it. You'd have a chance to get it with 40 more pulls, but it'll take a lot more than that if you want to guarantee.
Warp drive active.
Well, I think that's a pretty good example of how the prophecies just cannot handle anything when they don't have their advanced skills.
Warp drive active.
That's like the only thing that's worth anything in that pile.
Docking request accepted.
This one got 122 million. No. Yeah? Not really 122. It probably got 22 million. Nice. Let's see what we can sell here. I know for certain we can sell these. We also have all of these data cores. Wow, people really don't want to buy them at a decent price, huh? Oh well. I don't really care all that much. Alright, so that is a little bit of estimate there. We made about 100-ish billion on our runs of Dormant Realm. We didn't make too much on the small anomaly, but that's okay. We don't always have to have a great day, but being able to have that reward for clearing the title whatever in place 189 made us a good amount of ISK. So thank you all so much for joining me on the alphas. I may start up a next stream with my main account, but it won't be uploaded. So stick around.